More with David Lee Roth on the Steve and Gary Show, live from our Loop Studios, here on WLUP Chicago, AM 1000.
He has a sign that says AM studio this way, and it points right into the FM.
That he takes down after the interview.
Yeah, he cheats.
Hi, Laura.
Hi, Gare. Hi, Steve.
See, look.
What?
He doesn't want to attract too much attention to himself.
No, not
so
much.
Wearing
a white, spangly jacket with a big cowboy hat.
He looks like Hank Williams. All right, but we've got to go. We've got to put a stop to that because he's a cheater. Bob's a cheater. He steals them. He always gets them first. Right this way, Loop AM, right in here.
Right in here.
Steve and Gary couldn't be here today.
Yeah, they're sick, so I'm Rob. I'm filling in.
Cheater.
Let's take care of some business, and then we'll get to the news before David Lee Roth comes in.
Okay. Business first?
Yes.
Business before pleasure, I guess, huh?
Let's say you heard this catchy jingle and it went something like this.
Chicago, America's most listened to radio station. We told you 2 hours before the tornadoes hit Plainfield that they were on their way.
That's right.
Here's Lane Closier.
You know, it's kind of funny to watch down there. He's smoking, by the way, so...
Oh, no.
Who did we let smoke in here recently? We didn't say anything. It was somebody big, right?
Bill Peterson?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I don't think he did either.
No?
I think he went out into the hallway.
So there was somebody that we let smoke. Who was it? Who have we had in here?
It's not just our rule, it's the station rule now.
Well, he's violating it, sir.
Yeah. Take that out. Cowboy.
I think it was Peterson.
Is it a cigarette?
Yeah, I think it was Peterson.
Yeah.
Steve?
It was Peterson.
Can you tell if it's a cigarette? You know these rock stars.
Sure.
Yeah.
It's funny to watch because they talk and then, it's the FM, so they have to play a lot of music. So they talk for a couple minutes and then they play a record and then they're just both sitting there. It's kind of funny to watch.
Kind of awkward.
That was when Dave lit up because he was just kind of sitting there. And Bob kind of keeps his headphones on and looks around.
Sounds like he's busy.
Yeah.
Here's Lane.
Hi, Lane.
Hi. We got pipes a-popping in the burbs right now. In Elmhurst, westbound North Avenue is closed at Berteau because of a water main break. That's causing big tie-ups. Thanks to Shriners, Rick, and Dale for calling in. In Rosemont, eastbound Higgins is down to 1 lane at River Road because of a water main break. On the expressways, they're doing the bump and grind on the Kennedy. 28 minutes downtown to O'Hare. 33 on the inbound side. The inbound Edens is beginning to build, and 11 minutes now from Dempster to Montrose. Up on Eisenhower's 29 from the post office to Mannheim, inbound slowing from the Tri-State to First. 23 will get you out to Harlem on the outbound Stevenson. On the outbound Dan Ryan, it's clocking in now at 30 minutes downtown to 95th. Local and Express slow 47th to 95th. Southbound Tri-State is slow at Irving Park, Archer to 83rd, and heavy at the 163rd Street Toll Plaza. Northbound showing close to a mile back up at Deerfield. Thanks Shriner John for calling it in. And this report is brought to you by the Walter Payton Street Smart Line. Walter Payton wants to send you to the Pro Bowl in Hawaii. For more information, call 1-900-990-0034. 99 cents per minute. Proceeds from this call go to the George Hallis Foundation. Lane closure, shadow traffic, AM 1000.
He's dead. He doesn't need any more money.
I'll check into that.
Family always needs money, Steve.
For what? Upkeep of the grave? What?
That.
Nice little flowers. Yeah, the plastic flowers and stuff.
All right.
Got to change those.
Bill Jacobs. What?
Nothing. Going. Bye. Bye.
Well, I remember a time when I used to get the last word in on my own show.
Steve, when does that go away? Let Lane have some time.
Well, fine. She's not here, so it's hard.
She can't tell when you're going to the button.
Anticipate. I know. I'm not mad at her.
We can go to the next one while that recues.
Okay. I can handle that.
And I've been in therapy with you for 17 years, Doctor.
Actually, 18.
And you know how you say I'm immature adolescent and shouldn't expect to meet...
You better have a jacket, man.
Star Hotel. These guys. So how you been? Good?
Wait a minute. You have your own headphones?
Yeah, come on, plug me in. I'm ready.
He had them in his ears, those little ones in his ears. He just plugged right into the table. I guess that
He's ready to promote.
Yeah, let's do some serious promoting here, fellas. We got a record to move now. Let's get it.
All right, we're going to get to that. We've got some foundation to put down first.
Now, you do know that we were in 4th grade together, right?
Mrs. Pitts.
I can produce
Can you
a
remember
photograph
any of
The
these
actual
people?
thing?
Yeah.
featuring us.
Oh, Jesus, Peter Hadley, Stephen Price.
Now, this girl here, Marianne Graffiti, do you remember her?
Sure. She was the lust of everybody.
Right, we all fought over her.
That's right.
But look at her now. What were we thinking about?
Well, in 4th grade, that looks as good as anything else.
It's true, huh?
Well, I know, but I mean...
Look at just about any of us, actually.
Yeah.
Boy, oh boy, I wonder what happened to most of this class here.
You look actually rather dashing, even in 4th grade. I mean, you don't have chaps on or anything.
Where was I?
You?
That's right, there I was, even front row, huh?
Next to, see the guy that you're next to?
What was his name?
Jan Kahn.
There you go, Jan Kahn.
He took a dump in his pants, remember?
and then you hassled him?
You used to hassle him, and then you and I would get into hassles.
Well, same thing if it happens on my crew these days, you know. It's nothing changes. I mean, values are values, guys.
Okay.
Priorities, man.
So, the guy that you were talking about that wasn't the black kid who would...
Tommy Cochet, remember him?
You remember
Tommy's dad was an Altadena sheriff, I remember.
Yeah.
His pop was a cop, I remember.
Yeah, and he was Tommy Cochet, the dick snatcher, he called himself. Do you remember that?
No, I don't remember.
Well, maybe that was a special thing he just did for me then.
He would, according to Steve, run up behind Steve as Steve was running around the playground chasing a girl, and Tommy would...
He would come up and goose you, but he would do it from in front.
Come up, I thought he was...
grab your package.
And he'd say, Tommy...
I'm Tommy Cochet, the dick snatcher.
So that was his moniker.
So what are you saying? He's a whole different kind of DJ in a whole different club these days, huh?
I don't know.
Lost track. Steve does know where two of these... Well, have you seen them?
Well, you live in Pasadena.
Yeah, I still got my little place there.
I saw Peter Hadley and Arvid Molitor. It was Peter Hadley, Arvid Molitor, yourself, and myself. We were the ones that were always lusting after this Marianne.
And what happened to Marianne?
I don't know. I was hoping you knew.
2.3 kids, the station wagon with the wood on the side, and the whole thing.
I don't know. I guess I figured you, at this point, would have the best odds of having nailed her by now.
Yeah. I'm trying. Let me think. I got a good memory. It's just short, man. Yeah.
Anyway, I saw Peter and Arvid. They were working at Rick's Burritos.
Okay.
On Walnut there.
Okay, sure.
I saw them like maybe 10 years ago, but that's...
Yeah, that must have been a while ago.
Do you enjoy Rick's Burritos as much as we do when we go to California?
Well, you got to have the basic 5 food groups on a regular basis, Gary. And, sugar, starch, fat, grease, and alcohol. And, you want to try and skip those fruits and vegetables.
If you can.
If you can.
The food is always good there. We go there every time we go to Southern California.
You guys like Mexican food?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You like that?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. It's kind of an acquired taste for some people, but I see a lot of taco stands coming in from the airport here and such.
Yeah, this is a good place for Mexican food now. In the last 5 to 10 years, it's really blossomed.
There's actually a pretty big Mexican-American community here now.
In fact, Steve goes to Little Mexico, whatever they call this area, to buy his stuff to make Mexican food at home.
Yeah, well, the historic Pilsen neighborhood.
Is that a historic neighborhood?
Well,
yes, it is now.
That's what they say so that I won't be afraid to go there. You could just say scary, but they call it historic.
There you go.
More, it's it's like it's more uncivilized, more like the Old West.
Yeah. So you're coming through to promote your new album, no doubt.
Well, the record company picks me up and takes me to the radio station and doing the interviews and talking to the newspapers. And I've been off for a couple of years, so time to get back out on the road.
Why the 2-year hiatus?
a couple of reasons, not necessarily in this order, but nowadays the life of an album, if you're lucky enough to wind up on the left-hand side of the Billboard charts, is she's around a year and a half long. You know, you turn out video after video and you tour 20 different countries and on and on and on. Hey, enough's enough after a while. I don't care who it is by the time, you know, his face is on the screen everywhere and in every maze. Come on, let's stop a little bit. And you got to take a little time off in between. Also, all work, no play make Dave a dull boy. Let me get out into some serious fringe benefiting here.
Well, you know, MTV, at some point they do start to burn you out on people.
Well,
so
you get that saturation airplay, you know, it's like...
and you were putting out funny videos that people like to see, so they're playing them all the time, you know, like the California Girls. And
yeah, you start to get a little contemptuous of it after a while, and it's sort of like, let's take a little break. So
I'm even getting sick of me, is what you were saying, right?
Yeah, that takes a lot.
Yeah.
According to my mother, I am my own best audience.
I can't imagine to Phil Collins what he must think. He's been getting airplay constantly and on MTV and all those
it goes
things
on
for
and on.
like 15 years now.
Yeah. Or it's like these movies when you're living in the hotels like I do and you get SpectraVision, right? It's always the same movie in every time zone, you know? And after a while, you don't just watch your favorite movie, you learn your favorite movie. And you know every word of every dialogue, and you can be like getting room service on the complete other side of the room, and you're going, okay, so that was $5. Can you hold it 1 second? You turn and look and watch it. I get it, bam! All right, how much was that?
oh, this is a good part coming up here. I don't want to miss that.
That's right. You put your hand up and you move your lips with the dialogue, you know. I don't know, is that a good thing? After a while, you start talking like the movies, you know.
Well, now, you were up in Canada. You did the album up and the video in Canada, right?
The album we did
British
up in
Columbia?
Yeah, Vancouver we did.
You didn't shoot the video up there?
No, the video was shot in Los Angeles in the LA River system. I don't know how well you remember that. And, there's some 14 different locations in the video.
I've only seen one part where there are like 1 million amplifiers and women. That's
so unusual for you, Dave.
I haven't seen the whole thing.
Well, you know what we did is you don't have to look too closely to notice that what you're seeing on the screen has no relationship whatsoever to what the lyrics are actually talking about. It's a concept. I changed nothing. You got to think like this, you know. And
you needed a way you wanted to hold a cattle call audition thing and meet 300, 400, 500 women.
Well, what we wanted to do was sit around the table and just take the idea of what's a little ain't enough mean to you and go around the table. And a bunch of us guys and gals sitting around. You have a few drinks, and, you know, the numbers get bigger and bigger, and the colors get more and more spastic. And after a while, it's like, no, not 5, but 8 Japanese girls. And, you know, and you start feeling like that. But since everybody contributed to this little art project, and it might be finger painting, but it's art, you know, then, you get your fantasies up there as well, or at least as bits and pieces of it.
Just stuff they can show on MTV.
Yeah.
Was the video just a gigolo where you actually had a little audition piece in the video? Was that the video, or was it California Girl? California, it must have been California Girls. Remember you were auditioning girls on the video a little bit, weren't you? Sitting at a table? Or was that Dave TV? I don't know.
It all becomes a blur after a while.
You seem to have one theme. He's got a lot of hot babes, and I'm sure there was a very intense audition process that led to them getting the role.
You know, and somebody's got to do it, and if I didn't, nobody could. So
hey, we don't fault you for it.
I'm here for you guys.
Are you on any...
if we can help you at all, we'd be happy to.
I'm on your side.
Are you on any kind of speaking terms with Eddie and those guys?
I haven't seen them. I haven't even run into them down the street at the local cantina in probably 6 years.
Really?
Now. Yeah. And I'm sure we will meet up somewhere at some point, and it'll be a good thing. Who knows? You know, down line, I keep an open mind.
Yeah, there's no deeply rooted animosity. It can be changed in a meeting.
All divorces have sharp, broken edges, you know. Otherwise, you wouldn't get a divorce. It's not like you shout, honey, I'm home. Oh, I love you, baby. I love you, too. What do you say we get a divorce right after lunch? No, it doesn't work like that.
So what, did he catch you trying to hit up on Valerie Bertinelli, or what happened?
Was she the Yoko Ono of the group? What?
I don't know what kind of merit badges she has, you guys. I don't know. Valerie was never part of the band. Maybe that was what caused her disgruntlement. No, I never knew Valerie. I never knew her at all. She wasn't like a Yoko Ono thing. She wasn't in the studio or whatever, so who knows?
Has the band...
well, why did you break up?
Oh, long story. Come on. You know, it's he said that, I said that, she said that, whatever.
Yeah.
You know, there's a lot of water under the bridge there, and I don't want to open that can of worms again.
It's been 6 years since all that happened. Is that how long it's been?
Yeah. Time flies when you don't know what you're doing, huh?
Yeah, well, I guess both parties have landed on their feet, so.
Oh, sure. Come on. Sailing couldn't be better. Here we go. This new single just burst out coming out of nowhere, man. And here we go with the video. It's all the way at the top of the charts already. MTV and on and on. Couldn't ask for more. I don't know what I did right in a previous life. Must have been something good, man.
It was in 4th grade. Steve saw it. He said, this guy,
There's something different about
he jumps up, he spreads his legs, and it's nutty.
He's wearing chaps. It's 4th grade, and he's got chaps on. Big woolly chaps walking around the playground.
There you go.
This guy's special.
Should we have some callers ask questions?
Yeah, well, why don't we
Do you have
wanna
a few
play a
minutes?
song?
I see a record guy looking at a watch. I don't know what that means. That's okay? Play a song.
We'll
You
play
tell
a
us.
song. We're going to have to see a
Lead
little
the
cash
way.
or something, buddy.
Yeah, you know how this works.
It's the same as MTV. We know how it got to be #1 at MTV,
Yeah.
and that's the same way it works here.
We'll slide the shoebox out. You fill it with cash. Slide it back in. You get a play.
Yeah.
It's no problem. We can do this for you.
And we don't want new bills either. What should we play?
Lead the way with the new one, maybe. A little ain't enough.
Sounds good to me.
I mean, you got to say yes to another excess, huh?
David's having a rough day. He's not happy or up.
Well, you know, you gotta see a positive view. I used to work for a living. This is much better.
Yeah. What did you do
I've held
in the real world?
I've held a steady job since I was 12 years old, Gary. I worked a mean shovel behind an angry horse for 4.5 years in Pasadena, Eaton Canyon Stables. I shoveled, well...
Well, you're still doing that.
Yeah. You just don't see the shovel, huh?
You pay people to shovel for you now.
Now you see it, now you don't. That's right. And, geez, I sold clothes. I was a night janitor. I was a porter in surgery at a hospital for a couple of years, and just about everything.
That's where you learn to start cutting like the butt out of your pants and stuff, right? With scalpels.
That's
You'd be
right.
goofing around. And,
That's right.
Customizing your own
I
pants.
cut the butt out of my pants.
But I don't think I can wear them here. I got to be in a rock band. Right, Dave?
Well, yeah, I'm not this way because I'm in a band. I'm in the band because I'm this way.
All right, well, let's hear the so-called title track from the new album. David Lee Roth, A Little Ain't Enough. As soon as I can figure out this new technology, the CD technology.
It's 21st century.
so
We're still kind of 20th century.
It's okay. At least we're not in a helicopter.
Yeah, that's the good news.
It could be worse.
David Lee Roth from his new album, the title song, A Little Ain't Enough.
Live in front of your naked, Steving eyes.
Now, you know, I've already, of course, done my classic step in it. Did you notice?
What was that?
I didn't.
What was your classic
well,
step in?
whenever I do an interview, I always, we had Brian Dennehy in, and he did a movie that he was really proud of, but it didn't do well, so I said I saw it, and I liked it.
Said he saw it on cable.
I said I saw it on cable, but it's never been on
played
cable.
on cable.
So then, of course, I did that with your video.
Which video?
When I said I haven't seen it.
Which one? A Little Ain't Enough?
Yeah, I haven't seen it.
Okay, it's not a problem.
But I just thought that it would be a nice thing to say, hey, you did the video, saw it, great, blah, blah, blah. But, of course, having grown up in Los Angeles, if, in fact, you use the L.A. River and all that, I would recognize that right away and know that's not Canada.
So you got caught, huh?
Well, I feel that maybe in 2 or 3 days you would go, boy, that guy's really a beanbag. He thought that was Canada?
Well, he lied to me then the other day because there's a picture of you and these women in front of the amplifiers and Bill Rolling Stone. And
that's all I saw.
And
That's all
I
I've
mentioned
seen.
that. I said,
isn't that in the video? Is that in the video?
Actually, you know, that's kind of the spirit of the whole thing there. You kind of got the general synopsis there.
Having grown up in Los Angeles, it would be stupid for me to think that you did it.
It's okay. It's okay. What did you think of the picture?
It was a great picture, but
The picture was great.
Okay.
I said this picture's in Rolling Stone. He goes, you should see the video. And I go, really? He goes, oh, yeah, it's great.
Yeah,
he had never seen it.
We're idiots.
You're not
But
an
we've been
idiot.
watching the war, you know?
Hey,
So,
You can see a missile. I don't know.
talking about it, a little ain't enough. I mean, that's $1 million a pop for those missiles. You like to see them go off.
That's right. It is nice to see them go off.
But I have heard the album, and I do like it a lot.
All right.
And I liked the last one a lot, too. Except I don't like the rock climbing, Dave.
Well, a little something.
I don't think you should be climbing rocks.
Talking, neither does my insurance agent at this point.
The video for the last album, no, there was another album,
There's been a lot of them.
Yeah, okay, well, the rock climbing video.
Uh-huh.
Was that the last album?
Yes, it was. That was the first video off of it.
Yeah.
And that was...
You're swinging around like El Capitan or something?
Uh-huh, there you go. There you go.
And that you were really doing it?
Yeah. Come on.
And this isn't a fake picture here?
No, that's the real thing.
They didn't superimpose you or...
No, that's the real thing.
You're laying on your stomach and they make the mountain look... they tilt the mountain or... like
no. Who did that before?
Lionel Richie, dancing on the ceiling.
Yeah, but the Carrie Fisher movie...
Postcards?
Yeah. They do that thing where she's hanging out of the building.
Right. It's all
That's
fake.
something I've been doing since I was in the Boy Scouts. Right, when I was 11 years old.
Or anything holding you up.
Yeah, there's a line that comes across from the other side there. There's a belay line that goes across on the other side there. But I'm not going to put that right in front of the camera lens. Come on. Let's make it look death-defying.
I know, but what possible enjoyment is there in this?
Knowing you might die?
Oh, it's not a life or death
fun ways
thing,
to kill yourself.
No, it's not so much life or death, at that kind of a level there. It's not like Everest,
What are you talking about? You're like 2,000 feet in the air.
Yeah, but you don't start off at that kind of altitude. It's not. That wasn't my first or fifth or 10th kind of trip there. So.
Well, what's up there though? I mean, what are you doing?
What's up there? Well, it's it's the challenge, man. It's the unpredictable finish, and it's getting away from music for a while too.
Yeah. If you like it, great. I don't see how it could be relaxing or even enjoyable. It would just be frightening.
Well,
You'd be glad when it was over.
I'm not too happy when I'm relaxed.
Yeah. This ought to do it.
I'm not happy unless I'm tense.
If I want to challenge myself,
You and Saddam Hussein. Yeah.
If I want to challenge myself, I'll try to stop drinking for a week. That's a challenge.
Hey, I quit drinking and smoking for a while. It was the worst 20 minutes of my life. Hey, no, really, man. My girlfriend called me the other night, last night. She told me if I didn't quit going out and screwing around every night that she was going to leave me. I'm going to miss her.
Now, Dave and I, we were looking at the fourth grade picture, and we have decided neither of us can believe that this is the woman that we all lusted after and fought over.
Oh, boy.
In the front row.
All my life in front of my eyes, huh?
And Dave doesn't seem to think that it is her, which is a relief to me. And now that I think about it, I recall being upset that she was absent on picture day because I wanted to have a picture of her.
Yeah, I don't think she's in this picture.
For certain adolescent things that I might
little
indulge
urges.
in.
Yeah.
I don't think she's in this.
I believe she was absent.
Marianne is not in this picture at all.
Right.
No, I think she's vacant because the guy that you're pointing to is definitely not the object of our lust.
No, there's no way.
No way. I mean, no way.
That just wouldn't happen.
Now, Steve saw you making out with Marianne behind the thrifty...
No, that was Peter Hadley.
Peter Hadley.
I never got the shot.
No?
Peter and Arvid got to make out with her behind Thrifties.
I remember Peter doing it, but I remember even more distinctly me never being able to do that.
You were saving it all for later.
Yeah.
But of course you could now. Well, I think you should look her up, and I think that it's important that somebody do it.
Should I do it and get back in touch with you?
Yeah.
To let you know what happens?
Yeah.
I don't know. This is scary stuff, man. You don't want to track down pieces of your past. That's like...
I know, it is kind of weird, but...
I can't imagine Dave going to the front door. I'm sure she has a family at this point, and Dave showing up in his Spangly jacket.
You don't know me, but if your wife... Can I see her for a minute?
Probably married.
Standing there in his chaps, no pants on, just chaps.
Probably married to a big burly truck driver. Get the hell out of here, you hit me freak, queer!
I just want to talk to her for a minute, man.
That's right. She'll remember me. I know she will.
I'm sure she does.
What do we have time for? Phone calls? Nothing? What?
Lead the way.
Whatever.
Let's take some phone calls.
Okay.
Let's take a break and we'll take some
591-9587.
But that's a relief for both Dave and myself to know that
she's not even in that picture.
I think this is Charisse Johnson. Does that sound familiar, that name?
No, No, that's, I think you met her backstage at my last concert.
Well, I'm pretty sure this is not Mary Ann.
I'm pretty sure, too. The search goes on.
I think you should look for her when you have your people look her up. She's probably still in the area, right?
Probably.
People don't move out of California normally.
No, we don't stray far, so I'll keep you posted. Maybe we'll find her.
Maybe a videotape or something? I don't know.
You think?
That kind of thing, you know. Like you don't have 8 cameras in your bedroom.
For security reasons, yeah.
One of those trucks like they pull up to football stadiums and 8 guys running
Look at the
ISO
NFL
cams.
film camera team, huh?
Let's see that on Dave's clicker. Boink, doink, doink.
All right, we'll be right back with those phone calls.
Where I got this 4th grade picture, and it really it stems out of Gary not believing me.
Well, Steve has really spun some things.
I said that I went to school with you, and then like 10 years ago, you were here, and Greg, do you remember Greg? He was like engineering. We were on in the afternoon on the FM, and that was back before he was our boss. Somehow he ended up being our boss, but he was engineering the show, and I called up. I thought to reminisce a little bit or whatever, and you basically blew me off. Like, yeah, right, Bab. Mary Ann Graffiti, Steve Dahl, yeah, Mrs. Pitt's 4th grade, Altadena Elementary. Right, Bab. Gotta go. So Gary still didn't believe me at that point, and then I didn't even believe me anymore, so Gary made me find the picture and prove it.
And what? You pulled out the picture of from the attic, like.
My parents only have like 3 pictures of me. Because
he was a mistake.
Frankly, I was a mistake, and
they don't want to have any record.
A failed abortion attempt, and I'm not. My dad pushed my mom down the stairs several times. I don't know, but they don't want pictures of me.
Oh boy. And how did you recognize that it was me from the little picture? Did you draw a jacket?
I made the hair longer and.
Well, you erased like part of your pants, you know. And put some cotton to look like chaps, the woolly chaps.
Cut your legs out and made them spread, back and forth. Jump!
Like
we put the record jump on.
Stuff like that.
Stuff like that. All right, let's go to the phone. If you have questions for David Lee Roth, he will try to answer them.
So I would imagine now that you have an album out that you'll be coming back through here in the summertime, maybe with your band. And
look forward around the springtime, actually.
Yeah?
Yeah, about the beginning of April, I think. Start doing the Americas with the full blast, so it's no good without you.
Well, I'm sure that'll be fun for you. Get you out of the house.
Get you away from the rock climbing.
My parents think I'm in the movies.
What do your parents do?
They're psychiatrists, aren't they?
No, that's Peter Hadley's parents. My pop is a doctor, and my mom is a housewife.
What kind of doctor?
Eye doctor.
Yeah?
Mm-hmm. Ophthalmologist. And I'm in group therapy.
He's not one of those guys that has to examine the women with their shirts and blouses off. There are ophthalmologists that do that. They say something from the eye is connected to their breasts. He's not one of those guys.
No, I don't think so.
I think his son is, though.
Yeah.
Something my dad taught me. I could see if you have glaucoma. Just take a minute.
Yeah.
You can just take your top off.
No, I can do it right here at the bar. No, really.
It only takes a minute. No, really. All right, and I see what I do. I suck the pimento out of the olive. And, all right, I'll show you.
Here we go.
Yeah, it goes. Who do we got here?
Hello.
You're in the air with David.
Yeah, how you doing?
Hey, who's this?
This is Dave.
Dave, how you doing?
Not too bad, man. Just want to say enjoy your music, and aren't you getting tired of, answering those questions about you and Van Halen?
Oh, if I give him one answer and when it just drops it there, then fine. What we did in Van Halen had some kind of value to it.
Well,
and people reflect
I love
on
you
that.
guys with Van Halen.
Okay, so I asked him, and
It's not like David comes through town every 6 weeks.
That's true, but I've heard 3 interviews today, and everybody's first question is Van Halen.
No, sometimes that comes up, until the new album locks in for a while, people
hey, wait a
refer
minute.
to
He
the
wasn't
past.
supposed to do any other interviews. What the hell is this?
Why are you listening to other stations? That's the question.
Yeah.
Hey, I just keep
Hey,
rocking
believe me,
it,
he
man.
shot me a look, so I won't be asking again, okay?
You betcha.
He shot me a look, man.
Thanks for calling, Dave.
I don't know. I was
Keep
just
rocking
curious.
us, man.
All right, dude.
Bye.
And why didn't Mrs. Van Halen get better dental care for her sons? They have those teeth. They look like they're from England.
You're going to have to ask them on their way through town.
Why? What? They couldn't afford fluoride? What? Floristan or what?
I don't know.
Water pick maybe would have helped. Something.
Don't sugarcoat it, babe. How do you really feel?
Stop asking about those guys.
Right.
Okay?
Just ask it. Hello?
Hello?
That was somebody with a Van Halen question. Yeah. So they've taken the hint.
So now when you perform live, do you do any Van Halen songs?
Oh, sure. Yeah, I would do a whole handful and a half, which is metric for about 5 or 6 or 7. You bet. Come on. I co-wrote half of those songs. Every Van Halen tune you ever heard, I wrote half of. So
Yeah, no, I know that.
it makes natural sense. It sounds great. Oh, come on. I can even play it better. You know?
Okay. Hey,
That's enough with the Van Halen stuff.
Jesus, man, it's not that big of a deal. Okay. At least we don't have to hear any more Sammy Hagar solo albums, so it works out well for everybody.
A silver lining and everything.
Red. I want red. Sam, you can't write a song about a color, not a whole song. I like to drive 55. Sam, you can't write a whole song about the speed limit. It can't be the whole song. Why not? Or a box that has 3 locks on it. That's not a good topic for a song, Sammy. So it works out better for everybody. Get Sammy into a group of guys that can help him write better songs, and it works out fine for everyone.
And there's a silver lining to everything.
You've got more room on stage to jump around. You get to keep more of the money, I would imagine.
Yeah.
So, hey, there you go.
And the beat goes on.
Hi. Another Van Halen question.
Yeah, we're starting to weed them out now. You're in the air.
All right, yeah, Dave.
Who's this?
This is Bob Dieter, man. I got 2 questions for you, buddy.
Okay, Bob.
I really dig you, buddy. Listen, one question is, if there's ever a chance while you're in town or something, I would give anything to like rehearse or jam with you. Number 2 question.
Hey, come on down, man. Bring your ass.
I'm serious, man.
There were like 100 guys downstairs
and
that
I've
all
always
looked
wondered
like
what
you,
it would
talk
talk
like you,
and
like
all
this.
these guitars,
Hey, man, how's
like
it going?
audition for you and stuff. I would really wonder what it would be like if I could ever get the chance, or how do you get that kind of chance? I mean, somebody that it doesn't have an agent, I don't have an agent. How do you do that, Dave?
Well, most of the people that I play with, musicians I find, from people around Los Angeles area, that seems to be the music city now. That's where people collect, and that's where the bands form and break up, and you ask the bartenders and the groupies in the parking lot and the people who work at the music stores and the groupies in the parking lot. Who's cooking,
In my opinion, you were as big a part of Van Halen. I don't mean to talk about it. Then,
guys,
there we go.
Because what I'm saying is, I saw something.
You're going to get that other guy upset.
From the player's point of view, Eddie was kind of, to me, was like somebody that...
That guy wants to sleep with you, for what?
No,
can I come down and jam with you?
He's a fan, man. Come on. You got all kinds of people out there, and everybody gets a little something special out of this.
I'm sorry. Call back. Dave is going to set aside some time tonight, maybe at the hotel. He could come down and visit with you, and you could give him some tips on getting into music and play some songs. Hey, Dave, jump up, do the splits or something on the bed, would you, man? This is great.
Steve, you know damn well that's not what's going to happen tonight.
All right. So I was just speeding up the process of getting rid of him. Hello.
Dave.
Hey.
Those chicks, man, on the ones on the bicycles?
On the bicycles. Which ones?
On the new video.
On the bicycles.
The exercycles.
Oh, okay, sure. Sure.
Do any of those?
See, he hasn't even seen his video.
Well, you missed the great question that just came through.
Does he have any of the
do any of those?
I personally rode every single one of those Stairmasters before we let any girls on there for personal safety reasons.
Do you get to ride the girls at the same time?
Listen to this. See, with you.
We're attracting this element right there.
All right, rock on, Dave. You're the greatest.
Thank you.
Rock and roll.
I'm sure they had a fun rap party when it was over.
That was my agent.
Hello.
You're in the air.
Hi.
Hi.
How you doing?
Fine.
Hi, David.
Do you have one of those exercycles in your room?
People?
Sorry, say again there?
Where do you get all those gross-looking people for your videos?
Well, I don't know if they're all gross.
Not all gross, not the girls. You know, the fat, sweaty people.
Well, there's...
They have to earn a living, too.
Don't sugarcoat it, baby. You know, how do you really feel? No, it's...
That's why he's here. He wants me to be in one.
It's people who are in extremes. You know, I look for the most extreme edges, you know, people who are the most extreme about what they do and the way they look and the way they dress themselves, and put that on video, and then you don't have to use a whole lot of technology. You don't have to use phasing and solarization and all kinds of tricks to hide that there's no content. If you got something good happening live in front of the camera, you don't need a whole lot of fancy editing to cover it up.
Well, that's great.
Actually, I have seen the end of your video, and that's me getting out of the car, isn't it? That's me.
Yeah, people expect you to do the Elvis, you know, and wind up poisoned by one too many banana splits in a bathroom somewhere. And that end scene there is kind of my way of thumbing my nose at the tradition a little bit, you know.
And it does sort of look like what I would look like if I tried to dress like you.
Well,
great.
Thank you for your call.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
You can pretty much just cruise down Hollywood Boulevard and find those people, right?
Pretty much.
Strange rangers out there.
Oh, yeah. I carry all kinds of cards in the car. You know, whenever you see somebody interesting coming out of the local 7-Eleven, you stop and give them a card and say, hey, give us a call. You know, most people will call you back, too. They'll call and leave their numbers at the office, you know, and they'll bring a picture in, you know. And most of the people that you see in my videos are not actors and actresses at all.
Really?
They're just people that we work with or know as friends or what have you, you know, and just, hey, do it up and have a good time.
You should start up an agency with Freaks Are Us.
Freaks Are Us?
Hello.
You're in the air.
Gary.
Yeah.
Hello.
Who's there?
Stephen Gary, David Lee Roth.
I use just regular people in my videos, yeah.
Hey, Dave.
Hello.
I'm going to ask you two questions. Well, one question, actually.
Yep.
2 parts. What made you want to start to get into music, and how old were you when you did it?
Well, can you hear me there?
Yeah.
What made me want to get into music was music itself. It wasn't obviously for money or for, you know, so much for fame and whatever. That was my best friend. You know, I didn't get a TV set till I was maybe 8 years old, 9 years old. And I started listening to the radio really early because you can use your imagination with that. And, you know, that's what attracted me always. Don't get me wrong. There's plenty of room for greed and avarice on my list. It's just not number 1 or 2 or 3. So.
And wasn't your uncle a musician?
My uncle Manny used to own a club in Greenwich Village when I was, you know, about 5, 6, 7, 8 years old. And I would stay with him during the summer times in Greenwich Village, and that's where all the folk movement was there. You know, people like Hendrix with the Isley Brothers played there, and the Kingston Trio, and, you know, and on and on. And, yeah, that was part of it, too, you know.
All right. Thanks a lot.
Sure enough.
Okay.
I think he was vacuuming when he was talking.
Maybe he's in the helicopter. What's up? Is there somebody there?
I was handed a note. David's people want to wrap it up as soon as possible because he has a phone interview to make.
They're working like a dog, Dave.
I'm just, sometimes, guys, you know, you get on a train, you don't know if you're doing 60 miles an hour and the train is, or if you're standing still and the train is doing 60 miles an hour.
Dave, they played the record. We got to move on. We got things to do.
Honey, baby, sweetie, no.
I think your train is moving out right now.
And with the right lighting, I'll go far. Huh?
Yeah. All right, well, let's take a couple more. All right?
Lead the way. Who do we got here?
You're in the air.
Well, that one guy's kind of big, so I'm worried about him. I don't want to get him too ticked off at us.
I think he's the record company dance instructor. Who's this on the phone?
This is Toby. Hi, Dave. It's nice to talk to you.
Toby, how you been?
I've been very well. I just wanted to say, do you have, like, enough guys calling up and saying, hey, man, or calling you buddy?
Hey, buddy.
Well, we got to keep meeting like this, Toby.
Well, I did have a question for you.
What's your question?
How did you get the name of your last album?
Skyscraper?
No, the one before that, Eat 'em and Smile.
Eat 'em and Smile? Well, there's probably, like any great poetry, Judy, there's probably 5 or 6 translations to it. The one I'm going to tell you over the radio is just as simple as, hey, let's put some feathers in our hair and go raid the next village.
Yes, you looked very good as a cannibal.
Well, thank you.
We think that's his best look, actually.
Yes. I got tired of the sheep suit, honey.
I'm just going to do loincloth for a while.
I'm going to do loincloth for a while.
Very freeing, yeah.
See what happens. Thanks for calling. calling, Toby.
Sure thing. I love all you guys. You're great.
Thank you.
Okay, thanks.
Bye-bye.
All right. Well, let's just leave it at that.
Yeah, that's
nice,
a pleasant way to stop.
There you go.
Thank you, David. Good
All
luck
right,
with the
man.
new
All right,
album and the tour.
Thank you very much.
And if you blow back through here in the spring, you're welcome back anytime.
Absolutely. And come on, you guys got to come and hang out backstage, you know. Then you got to mix a little business with pleasure. We should confuse the two as often as possible, I think.
I'll bet you're very good at that, Dave.
We'll bring our loincloths.
Well, yeah.
Sit around, drinking beer.
And I'll turn the stage around and everybody will be backstage.
All right.
The name of the new album is
A Little Ain't Enough.
David Lee Roth.
Right on.
AM 1000.
All right. We'll be right back with...
We have the business report and Bruce Wolf. Yeah.
All right.